Well, there we go. The engine is now out. So at this point, we split the tranny up. Split the tranny apart there. Start disconnecting the harness from the tranny. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and get her on the lift. Start stripping her down. We'll start by the alternator. Take off the intake mani. Take off the whole timing side of it right there. Gonna go and clean this up. I'm still at a conundrum what I want to do with the clutch. Go cheap and kick myself later, or splurge the money and kick myself now. I don't know. Man, as much as I read on Facebook and the forums and XTDs and FX, China clutches. I guess this is the name of this channel is eBay Honda. So let's give the cheap clutches a formal review. And if I kick myself later and have to pull the tranny and do a new clutch, I've even heard of people saying that the clutch is grenaded and tore up tranny casings and shit like that. So if that's the case, I mean, come on, that's a D series tranny. I mean, how much you can get them for like a dime a dozen? So worst case scenario, I blow apart this piece of shit and have to get a new tranny. Eventually, I'll be doing a motor swap in this thing at some point anyway. So unless the D series keeps me happy for a very long time, you know what it is, it's the Honda game. You can get all this shit super cheap. So, however, you can't get a good clutch for cheap. That's gonna run you at least $200 or $300 minimum. So I think I'm gonna stick with the budget. Anyways, let's get this going. Alright, we're a few steps further here. Cradle's out, main bearings are right there, head's right there, valve cover's right there, got the pistons out. Yes sir. Got all the pistons and rods right there. This baby's going in for an oven cleaner bath pretty quick here. I'm just letting her drip dry a little bit. Oh, I don't want to get that on camera there. So, yeah. We'll go ahead and, I mean, she is nasty. Super nasty. So, we'll clean all this mess up. And then we're going to start cleaning the engine bay here. I got a little cool story about this sink. I picked this up off of Craigslist for like 75 bucks. I was going to use it in my house because we needed some serious kitchen remodeling. And it turned out it was just going to be too damn big to put in there. And so I was like, well, what the heck am I going to do with it? So I sat on this for like 5 years in a junk pile in the back of my yard. And then we were doing these shelves and all that, and the board and insulation on this garage and all this shelving and everything. And the guys I was building this stuff with was like, hey, why don't you put that sink in there and have a parts washer sink? And I said, you know what, that's a great idea. So I haven't actually used it for that, and I'm gonna start using that. I gotta go to the store and get a couple more bottles of this crap. I just scrubbed the living crap out of the sink with brake cleaner and some, I don't know, quarter gallon of this crap, and whatever this stuff is that's in there, I'm gonna need to scrape that with some kind of sharp things. But yeah, here's the if you haven't seen 1,000,001 videos on it already, this is your oil pump for the D16Y8, and a lot of people are saying that this doesn't provide enough oil because the crankshaft, which I'll show you right here. So there you go. There's a difference between a F23 crankshaft and a D16 crankshaft. So the reason why everybody likes the Z6 is better is because, see these oil galleys right here? In the Z6s, and I haven't actually seen one in person to tell you exactly how it works or where they're at, but they supposedly have 4 versus 2 oil galleys. So the deal is, the trick is to save yourself any potential problems to the best you can, is you port out this pump. So you see how that, see the outer ring right here? What you do is you knock all that out right there, all that extra metal in there, and then you pop this out, and then there's a spring in there, and you put a washer. Some people use a little ring connector circle, and they cut off the actual connector for the wire, and they'll do that. I've seen that done. But yeah, that's basically what you're gonna do. Is I'm gonna do that myself here. I don't know if I'll take video of it or not, but that's the oil pump for the F23. This shit is so nasty. Let it go way too long. Just like this tranny's been sitting here. I got an automatic tranny. I got a rebuild kit for it sitting there, and that's literally been sitting on there since December 2013. Haven't even got around to touching it. Sometimes projects go a long time here without getting finished. So there's so many of them, 6 kids and all, but not messing around with this. This is the daily. That's what I tell the wife, right? So no, but yeah, we can't have one of our vehicles down. It's too long. It's not like we don't have enough of them here, but still. So yeah, Tranny's gonna have to get a bath. Give that a bath, and then we'll start cutting up for the rings. Get these NPR rings gapped appropriate size. Alright, so I just took this pan off. I want to point out to you guys why you have to notch these blocks when you do, well, unless you get the Speed Factory no notch blocks. But just take a peek down there, how close. Those are factory rods. And look at how close they come to the actual bottom of the cylinder there. Let's see if I can turn this for you. Now watch this. Look at that. I don't know if I can get a good grip on there. Gives you an idea why you need to notch those, because when they come down, boy, they sit really close to that. So we'll be notching this. I didn't get no Speed Factory one, so we'll continue it on. Well, gave her a bath. She's all cleaned up. Don't know if I'm gonna go through the trouble of painting it now or nothing. You get wrapped up. Here's the problem, though. See how nice and shiny this is still? See that right there? And you see that right there? Well, tell you what I did. I started out doing some Family Dollar oven cleaner on this. And I don't know if it was that or the fact that I got well water here, and that well water we got is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. I mean, we got to filter, charcoal filter this water to drink it at all. It smells like fish. It's what you call a sandpoint well, real shallow well. So we got real hard water, in other words. The tubs and everything in our house get stained easily and fast. So Now I don't feel any roughness of this, but I tell you what, I was like, oh crap, because it went from looking like that to like that, and I'm like, oh man. Well, I mean the bearing sits in there, obviously that's not what the, I don't think it should cause too much damage. I guess we'll find out. So but yeah, this thing took a lot of scrubbing to even get it looking halfway decent. It was so nasty. But right now, what I'm doing is notching the block. There we go. Okay. So yeah, that's what I've got going on. Oh, and I honed the cylinders already too. Did the honing. I'll show you what I got for that. Is guess what I'm using. I'm just using some Harbor Freight. This is taking forever. These are like $5 drills I got from Walmart. Well, they were supposed to be $25 and they marked them down on clearance to $5. So I picked up a whole bunch of them. They're little lithium-ion batteries packs. I mean, they're little punchy drills for $5. They're great. For like 30, no, they're not worth a damn. But you know, I need to get a nice like $50, $60, $70 drill or something. But no, where did the oh, here it goes. I want to get one of those flex ball. Next time I do an engine, I want to get a flex ball. I don't really care for this thing. This engine honer I have, it's one of these gigs. And I set the tension pretty tight so I'd get a nice hone there. But there it goes. Okay. Let me. I had my youngest over here. I don't know if you left anything important. Oh yeah, he did. I gotta get this out of here. I didn't want him to leave that in there. But oh well, I gotta port this out too. This is Purple Power in here. And I had him washing the oil pump real quick here. Damn, that shit works good. That Purple Power is no joke. Let me give it a nice little rinse. I gotta pull out that bolt there. The bolt. I gotta pull that out, shim that. We still gotta go ahead and port that out. Yo, here's where we're at. So, I don't know if I did a video about the block getting cleaned yet. Yeah, I did. Okay, so we're already there. So here's where we're at with this. I was gonna reuse the main bearings because I didn't have a new set. When I got these from somebody, I had a new set of rod bearings, but I didn't have any main bearings, so I was gonna reuse them. They all looked pretty good until yeah, that's right. See that wear pattern there? See how you're seeing like that copper color there? Now, I was gonna just get ghetto and send it and do this number, because I figured, well, that's the end of the crank that's wearing over there. We'll give it a nice, more fresher rod crank bearing to use, and we'll throw that guy in the middle. I thought, nah, it's not a good idea, right? I mean, I get a set of King bearings for $37. The thing is, it's going to set me back a couple days, but oh well. So I'm waiting for those to come, and obviously I can't do much of anything without those here. I start cleaning up the head, start painting the valve cover, and cleaning the rest of the parts. Maybe get this thing a bath while I'm waiting. Waiting for some ball joints so I can put these spindles back on and roll this piece out of the garage so I can give it a bay bath. But I did notch the block. As you can tell, I just notched the shit out of it. I didn't even have to come in here and check them twice. I notched them so good the first time that they cleared the shit out of them rods. Put the crank in there tested all 4. None of them even got close to touching, so we're good on that. I still have to clean and notch the girdle, so I could be doing that while I'm waiting. Yeah, I gotta go ahead and notch that stuff. Gotta paint the valve cover with this guy here. And maybe do something nice with this turbo. I don't know.
Paint the turbo?
Paint the turbo. Maybe like hot pink or something. Just kidding.
No. I was thinking like red.
Oh, I'm not that hip and cool. I'm gonna rock a pink turbo. Not doing it. So yeah, there we go. Got some new bearings coming, and block is notched. The clutch should be getting here today. The head bolt should be getting here today. Even the ball joints. But I'm waiting now for rod bearings, which sucks. I should have went ahead and ordered those from the get. These are some of the nickel and dime things you run into when you're doing this kind of stuff, and you just gotta do it right. So, all right, let's keep moving. All right, so we just got this in the mail today. This will be going in the Vitara build project. This was $69 on eBay. Wanted to give you guys a good close up. We'll see. We'll see. And then we got the pressure plate that came with it. I already did just open this up a couple minutes ago, and I thought I better do a video before I go too crazy into it. I noticed there were some other guys saying, particularly there was a guy, I can't remember the YouTube channel, but he had an S2000 and a BMW, and he, excuse me, he was saying that he uses these eBay clutches all the time, and he has a great experience with them, but he was like, these bearings are junk. Don't ever do the bearings because they have a lot of tolerances. You can wiggle them around. But I got to tell you, he said they might be getting better though. But this right here feels nice and tight and smooth. There's no wiggle to it. I was concerned about that myself. I was just going to order OEM, but I tell you what, I feel this. There's no play at all. It's nice and tough. It's not hard to turn, but you can tell it's got the tolerances are nice and tight on there. So I'm gonna try to use it. So. Now this bearing, pilot bearing here, oh boy, they got that sucker on there. I'll have to pop that off later without busting it or something, but this one too, this one feels really solid. Nothing that, there's no play at all in it. And it feels nice and smooth as well. Pressure plate, well, the thing that concerns me about the pressure plate is maybe that because there's only 3 rivets on this, 1, 2, and 3 right here. But I don't know, it'd probably be just fine. They got a little oil pad right here so you don't rust out your pressure plate there. And I didn't opt for the flywheel because the flywheel I got, the OEM Honda one, looks to be just fine. I'm not even going to get it machined. I'm just going to send it. They didn't I'm not sponsored by these guys. They didn't send me this clutch for free or nothing crap like that. Just for full disclosure there. The whole idea of this channel is eBay Honda, so I can do some eBay parts. And just to clarify for those that nitpick, oh, it's not actually made by eBay. Well, we know that. When we say eBay, we mean cheap Chinese shit. So this is cheap Chinese, and hopefully it's not too shitty, right? But it's cheap Chinese parts. That's what we mean when people see eBay. Everybody knows that. So, oh, it's not an eBay, but it's not actually made. They're just a seller. Yeah, duh. Everybody knows that. So let's stop playing semantics here. Again, this is a Clutch Max Stage 3 clutch. It's supposed to be rated for like 290 torque, 3 something horsepower. I mean, they really rate them for torque anyways. So once you get it put in, I'm going to be probably pretty close to that for power goals. So I'll let you know when these with this clutch how it works. Alright, figure I'd give you guys a little update here. What's going on? Got the crank on with the new bearings, new main bearings. Obviously the girdle's notched, the block is notched. Got the rings done, or I should say I got the rings gapped. I'm doing 19 on the top ring, and the second ring already were gapped at about 25, 26. So yeah, I don't know what the deal was. I did them a good inch down into the barrel cylinder there. So yeah, I don't know if these rings come pre-gapped or not. I didn't even bother checking, but I had to gap a little bit to get these top rings at about 19. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and install the rest of these in there, and we'll get it done. Alright, I'll give you a little check out, see how smooth it is. I'm just a one-fingered this wrench here. No hits, no bangs, real nice and smooth. Got my ARP rod bolts torqued to 63 as per spec. Nothing's binding, everything feels smooth. Got the oil pump back on. I poured it and shimmed that. Sorry I didn't do a lot of video. I just didn't want to make too many video posts about this whole engine build. There's enough guys who've done it on YouTube, so just more or less giving you guys an update. So alright, I'm going to continue on putting this back together now. Well, let me give you an update where we're at. I got the motor dropped in there. I dropped it in. I attached the rear bracket first. Then I got this mount attached, and then I went ahead and throw this mount in here. After that, I got all the rest of the wire harness plugged in, dropped the battery in there, piped it through the firewall, got all 3 of those plugs into the OBD1 to OBD2 adapter to the OBD1 ECU. Then there was a plug. I did try starting it once. I primed it first. I filled it up with oil, primed it, let it roll over quite a few times, and then I what do you call it? Tried starting it. I put the spark plugs in and tried starting it, and one of the green plug that plugs into each other and the wire harness underneath the dash, the one you pull through the firewall, I didn't have those plugged in yet, so I wasn't getting any fuel pressure up here, so it wasn't starting. So I still, at this point, have not started the vehicle. I'm over here. I'm going to live stream this simultaneously as I'm recording this, so alright, let me go ahead and make sure I tighten this back up, because there we go. I have one boy over here. He's going to hold the camera. That'll be you. I'll just have you kind of hold it from right about here.
Huh?
Alright, let me see if I can hear the fuel pump this time. Hold on.
What's that?
Yeah. I can hear the fuel pump priming. Probably just need a second for the fuel to get up to here, so let's try it again.
Almost.
You guys ready?
Whole engine was shaking. Whoa! We're gonna have to air it. Well, at least it got running. Let's turn the fan on. Oh, I got it right. This is a live stream.
That's completely normal, because I had a bunch of oil inside the cylinder wall. So let's give her another start here. You can open up the big garage door, D. That'd be great. All right, ready? Hey, hey. out here. Oh. What's going on, YouTube? So, the Vitara build is finished. Everything is in place, obviously, except for the hood and the bumper. And the I'm not gonna be able to put the hood on until I figure out how I'm gonna mount this. But I took it out for a test drive. I got about 5 miles out of it. It's running smooth. AFRs are still about the same, on the same tune when I had stock block turbo here. Just a real quick recap what's going on. 57 trim eBay turbo, eBay cast manifold and Musa wastegate set to 6 psi. Gates racing timing belt, OEM head gasket, ARP head bolts, YCP Vitara pistons, nipping rings, P2P0 rods, custom length 138.6 I believe. CX Racing intake, what do you call it? Intercooler kit and piping. F23A intake air temperature sensor threaded into the pipe here. Gretty, that came with the CX Racing blow-off valve. They suck, but I just tightened it down. Still running factory 240cc injectors. Going to be throwing thousands in here soon, though. What else do we got here? What else? And we'll be either today or tomorrow. I'll be throwing in a 340 per hour fuel pump, which is right here, one of these Chemso deals or whatever. Maybe that GT3582R will go in here if we get big enough injectors. Maybe not. I'm gonna like the drivability probably of this one better. What else? Bullshit cam VMS gear. Cam gear don't make any sense to even have around there, I guess, but as far as gauges, eBay boost gauge, AEM wideband sensor, and it's a little messy down here still, but we got the P28 with the OBD2 to OBD1 adapter, Motes Hue log for data logging, and Ostrich 2, and this ECU is being tuned on EC-Tune. Still rocking the factory rims and tires, hubcaps, because sleeper race car and all. Oh, eBay rad. Now this, I didn't get a chance to clean this all off because this, when I was running a stock block, I ran about 4,000 or 5,000 miles on a stock block at 6 psi, and I had an elbow here that just shot this way and got all this dirty. Engine bay was really bad right here. Matter of fact, you can see on the hood over here, I started cleaning. I get that little piece cleaned there. It's still pretty bad, so I'm going to clean all that up and get it nice and done. Probably clean this up a little bit. I'm not the kind of guy that's for show. I'm just a go guy, but I still don't like my stuff looking disgustingly messy like that. But what else? AC delete. Still got power steering, obviously. And oh, and the clutch. I have a oh geez, what's the name of that? Clutch Max. You know, basically XTD type eBay 6-puck stage 3 clutch. Engages immediate, or it has a little clatter to it, but we'll see. We'll give it a few more miles, see how it acts. Yeah, still factory 11 psi what do you call it, map sensor. And yeah, I don't know, I'll shoot a video here soon for the channel, doing a couple polls. I might do a comparison video. Well, I gotta turn the boost up a little bit. I want to get up to 10 pounds and possibly put some Prelude injectors in. We'll see. But in the meantime, she's running smooth, not overheating. There's absolutely nothing showing up in the oil as far as any oh, and the bearings I've got in here are ACL rod bearings and King main bearings, if you will. Well, I got some bad news for you, ladies and gents. So I got them all facing the direction. So these are the intake size of the piston here. Check this out. Every single piston. Busted ring line. Oh, I'm going to get this in here. Busted ring lines. There and there. This one doesn't actually have a destroyed piston ring. Okay, but the ring lines are shot on the intake side again. Same with this. Busted ring lines. Look at that.